How's it going, ladies and bros? I'm Bobby Sixkilla and welcome back to Zero Escape VLR. We are looking for Xelivir. That's what we're doing at the moment, to try and heal Quark. And then we'll probably have a chromatic door to deal with, so let's get into it now.
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
We remember, don't we? We remember. Oh, we remember.
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
Alright, here we go. So this is the real thing?
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but...
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we were going to have to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
Remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room? Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
We're remembering that from our last major playthrough. I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. And that newspaper article was right.
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside? Right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but...
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Xelivir. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You 2 take this floor, alright?
Got it.
Okay.
Here we go. I doubt we're going to find the Xelivir here, though. We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? The pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute. You mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dio was asking questions. You were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no, but...
And then Alice said,
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover? What do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? What are you and Alice anyway? That's a weird... They're humans. I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then she finally lifted her head and met my eyes.
Fine. I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay?
Alright.
Promise?
Promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, at a complete loss for words. Here is what she said. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. The SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements, such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Don't you think it's ironic that she's part of an intelligence agency, considering she's the dumbest person here? Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I played the Nonary Game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We just escaped and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOAS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as a part of her investigation. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the Nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now, on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group that they were investigating. But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way that they'd been. My mum got real worried about me and my brother, since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome, for one. And he was in both of the last two Nonary games too. So anyway, we'd been grabbed twice, but the people behind the two Nonary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mum though, so after that, all the huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because there were guys followed around by a bunch of creepy looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day, and we decided to leave. Just like run away. So we did it. After that we lived on our own. I worked at a cafe, and he composed music. He plays the harp, and started writing this kind of new age music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play at little venues, like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Well, some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that kind of stuff on their own. Okay, my brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Defensive much? Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the SOAS, where they'd taken us after the second Nonary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people, who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar too. It only took a moment to realise how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first Nonary game. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff, and then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organisation is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, and not just one country. It is possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is. Basically, we can do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first Nonary game is to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it, and threw them in the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making this up, huh? I don't blame you. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life. And now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently though, and they told Alice that they would do it. It was a job after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Alright, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you can imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple of days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first Nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOAS were after. Wasn't that, she asked, something that I might not want to know more about? That got me curious, my brother too. But the clincher was what Seven had said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second Nonary game. Cop, yeah. She called him on her phone right then and there, and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's got off to travel the world, looking for Akane. Have they split up again? I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favour and help Alice out. Junpei, like Seven, another participant from the second Nonary game. Akane, one of the people behind the second Nonary game. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOAS. For the next couple of months, all we did was train. Half of the time it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOAS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually known about Espers for quite a while, and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base, so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of the workers, and then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake, and I got captured. Alice had come to rescue me. I'd been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters were. The directors decided that on December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time I promised myself I wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. And when you woke up, you were in the warehouse.
Yeah.
All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed, and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I got a few questions.
What are they?
Well, first off, your powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response.
Yeah, if there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers. Maybe... No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Right, whatever. I have some other questions too, so... Moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who are they?
Well, I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all the other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No, all we know is soon.
But that could mean just about anything.
It could be next week or next month or even next year.
Or a week ago.
Or it could have happened already.
Yeah. Wait, you mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense?
Yeah.
Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen, and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5.
Maybe there's, like, more cold sleep pods that we haven't seen yet.
Quark is out too.
So you're saying Team Yoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? I guess they're a little suspicious.
Right?
And what's their motive?
For lying? How would I know?
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Unclean! Purifying the unclean?
Oh, unclean. Unclean, unclean, unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up! Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean, clean, een.
She leapt up, suddenly excited.
Neostigmine!
Neo what?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah!
I didn't have any idea what it was though, so I gave it to you.
Exactly!
Are you saying you've heard of this neostigmine stuff before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of colon esterase inhibitor.
Colon esterase inhibitor? The fuck is colon esterase?
That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurine.
Sorry, I still don't get it.
How easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, I'll start at the top, alright?
Get on with
The
it.
stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurine. Following me?
You okay? Tubocurine is the poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
So we can survive that
Over
then.
real, which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the
Yeah.
you could say.
So you're saying this neostigmine keeps it from working?
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized?
Yeah! We don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
It's all coming together. Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door. If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey! Clover, wait! Clover? It was too late. Clover was already in the lift and gone. Damn. I think understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. But then they cut the ropes to the elevator and we fell. Phi, where did Clover go? Oh no, she's infected. Not Phi. Phi, can you hear me? She didn't say anything, she just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed and her body was unnaturally stiff. Phi? I grabbed her shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured towards the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Phi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Right, got it. Thanks. I headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? Still no response. There's something odd about her. Catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. She's got Radical 6, dipshit. I turned back around and jogged out the door toward the treatment center. Okay. Fi's gonna kill herself though, which is pretty unfortunate. We could stick her in the treatment pod. Alright, here we go. Why are we trying to catch up with Clover? What is the goal with that? Huh? This is weird. Where is everybody? I'd assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Linda and Temioji were gone too. They left Quark, and the readout in his pod said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine. Guess it's time to look somewhere else. I made my way to the treatment center. Has everyone got Radical 6 now? Maybe. There's nobody here. We're all alone all of a sudden. Where's everybody gone? This whole place is empty. This is very strange. What the hell? What is going on here? I can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait, there's still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. That'd be an obvious place to check, wouldn't it? Treatment center, then infirmary, then everything else. Dum-dum. There's literally everybody in the infirmary. Be packed in there. Crap, now we've got Radical 6. I ran into the room and stopped short. I might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No, what happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand and I looked to see blood. A vast warm pool of fresh blood stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How could... Oh my god. In the middle of the lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. Is anyone missing? Oh, Kay's missing. Kay and Quark are missing. And us. They're a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes, with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Did they slice themselves open or stab one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood, too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they'd used to do it. A scalpel. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This is how they died, this tiny blade. Oh god. This is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up. Yeah, they all killed themselves with Radical 6. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck, as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs, and drew it across my throat. So everybody died of Radical 6 this time. Interesting, but we learned something new. The injection gun can make us immune to the poison. One time. So that's cool. Clover end. This is the Clover end. Wow, that's depressing. Cool. Clover's end, everybody dies. Should we do this one real quick? The betray, and where everybody hates us? Let's do it. It shouldn't take long. We'll immediately die probably, pretty much. I could not see it going any other way. And we can skip through most of it. There you go. We are monsters. Betraying a helpless child who can't even defend himself. Now we're going to hell. Bye-bye.
What did you choose, Sigma?
You didn't see me push the button?
No.
Huh, well, you'll know in a moment. What do you want to do? What you want to do after that is up to you. You can come with me if you want, or you can stay here.
That's as good as saying you chose betray.
Heh. I grinned and headed toward the display. Oh my god, we are a monster.
Results from round 2 of the ambit. Please direct.
Yeah, get on with it. How many times have we seen this now? Betray, ally, betray, ally.
Points have been assigned or subtracted.
Symbiote's gonna be so angry.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated.
He's gonna be so angry.
What did you do, Clover?
Sorry. It wasn't me.
Sigma, huh?
Yeah.
Care to explain this, then?
What's there to explain? It's exactly what it looks like. I'm getting out of here.
What?
Are you going with him, Clover?
Of course she is. When they all turned to look at Clover, I made my move. Oh my god, we're Dio in this run. We're the Dio. My feet pounded across the middle floor of the warehouse as I ran for the number 9 door.
Wait!
You'd have to do much better than shout if you wanted to stop me. It was closer. I was almost there. I took one last running leap and slammed into the wall. The unlocking device right in front of me. With a yell of triumph, I threw the lever down. The door began to open. A heavy metallic grinding noise filled the room.
Shit, that son of a bitch actually did it?
His voice sounded almost surprised. I turned to face him. Turns out we're not so different, you and I. Sorry, but it looks like this is goodbye.
Sigma.
Don't worry. I'll go to the police as soon as I get out and come back with help. I'm not gonna just leave you here to
Don't
die.
give me that shit. I know a liar when I see one.
Yeah, I bet you do. Really? Maybe you should get your eyes checked.
Are you guys just gonna let him run off like this?
No way. I can't allow that. He took advantage of a sick kid. He's just a coward.
Agreed.
I also agree.
That's it then. Let's get him. Ready?
Yeah.
He's toast.
Just leave it to us.
Hey now, don't do anything you'll regret. This door only opens once, you know. If you stop me,
Give it up.
then...
Charge!
Shit! I spun back around to face the door. It's funny, they never did that to anyone else. Sorry. There it was right in front of me. Freedom. I leapt for it, or at least I tried. It happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly my cheek was being pressed against the cold steel floor of the warehouse. Run, Clover!
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Shit, let me go! Let go of me, goddammit! I could feel something huge, heavy, and metal pressed against my back. Kay had to be holding me down. I flared and kicked, but it didn't do any good. What are you doing? You're just killing yourselves. The door only opens once if I don't...
Go, Clover.
Huh?
You're the only one of us with 9 BP. Nobody else can get out.
But
This is an order from your commanding officer. You are to escape from this facility. Once you've accomplished that, call for help.
that's
Stop complaining and go. If that door closes, it's all over. None of us will get out of here alive. Leave!
The door had already begun to close. The space was narrowing quickly, but it was still wide enough for a single person to make it through.
Fine. You didn't leave me much choice.
Couldn't see what happened, but I heard enough to guess. Alice had shoved Clover through the door. Looking up, I could see Clover's feet beyond the doorway.
Alice! Go! Call for help. I'm counting on you.
Alice! No!
Hurry up!
I can't!
Maybe I'm getting desensitized to all this death.
The number 9 door. This ends.
Yeah. Every time the same bullshit. I've seen it close like a dozen times now. Game over. Alright, that's perfect. We're gonna wrap this one up here. That's pretty much... I didn't really expect that because they never stopped anyone else going through before. I'm special though, apparently. When I'm the DO, I get stopped. Let's hope we can go further here on this one as well now. So we might do that in the next one here. And then start doing these other paths up here that we haven't touched. Till then, it goes Judith. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking it out for me, and I'll see you in the next one.